Good morning. I'm going to go ahead and make the video to um, make fry bread. So I wanted to go ahead and let everybody know that this should make it a little bit easier when you're going to make either fry bread or tortillas. It doesn't matter, you use the same recipe. It's just how the end product looks. So let's go ahead and head into the kitchen and we can start making our bread. Okay, so I'm in the kitchen. I've got an apron on. My hair's down, so I want to put it up. And this is because when you're making fry bread, it's a dough, and I don't want to get my hair in any of the food. So if you want to put in a ponytail like I did, or however you want to do it, just make sure your hair is up out of the way. And because I touched my hair, I want to wash my hands. So let's do a quick cleaning of the hands because this is what you're going to be using throughout making fry bread, is your hands. Okay, so I washed my hands. My hands are good, but I also gathered up some ingredients. So as you can see, sorry about that, I have some ingredients. So the first one is, and the easiest way to remember how to measure out, I know, it's horrible. I actually measure out the ingredients to make fry bread. So I have and this is the easiest way to remember, 3, 2, 1. 3 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of salt. So you have 2 different pans. I have 2 different pans. You can do it in a plastic Tupperware pan. I really don't like these, but if this is all you have, you can use this one. Or I like to use the silver pan. So let's go ahead and put it in the bowl. So you put, again, 3 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons, remember 3, 2, 1, 2 teaspoons baking powder, and 1 teaspoon salt. Pretty simple, right? Remember, teaspoon. And you can use, I really like to use this one. You don't have to, but this is the good baking powder that I like. And regular salt. I always leave a little bit of flour on my counter, just because sometimes you add a little bit too much water and it's sticky. So we're going to mix the dry ingredients. So just stick your hand in there and twist it around. If you don't want to use your hand, you can use a mixer or a fork, either one. But because you're going to be mixing with your hand, just use your hand. Next, we're going to do 1.5 cups of warm water. 1.5 cups of warm water. So you pour 1.5 cups in, pour it all in. Now before I start mixing this, I'm going to bring you guys over. I'm going to show you how this looks. So as you can see, it's got water and stuff in it, okay? So what you're going to do is you're just going to put your hand in and you're going to start mixing it. You're just going to keep mixing it. Okay? It's going to be kind of this doughy consistency. You're going to have some flour at the bottom and just kind of mix in circle motions, okay? You're going to work in all of that flour that's on the bottom in circular motion, just as you can see. I'm keeping mixing it. I always like to work the sides. My grandma always says you have to have a clean bowl, so work through your sides. And now I'm going to just pick it up and just spin it. Just turn that little ball of dough. Just keep in circles. And what I do is I take my fingers and I'll grab the dough and I'll twist it, twist it, twist it, twist it. Okay. So I'm just mixing. And you're probably going to think, oh, it's too sticky. I can't mix it like she's mixing because it's too sticky. That's okay. You want to work the dough, what we call working it. Okay, so it's going to be sticky. Let's work it. Let's keep kneading it. Okay, so we're going to keep kneading the dough. Still sticky, but we're going to keep working, kneading the dough. And at this point, this is the longest part because we need to work it, we need to knead it. So with one hand, I'm holding the bowl down, and with the other one, I'm just kneading circle, flat circle, flat circle. Okay, just push it into the bowl. You can hear kind of the slapping. At this point, I'm going to clean my hand off because it has a lot of dough on it. And here you want to start, well, during the whole process, you want to have some good thoughts because that's what is going to go into your bread, is your good thoughts. And whoever eats your bread is going to have good thoughts. Now, the key to fry bread making or dough making is practice. As you can see, I'm just putting the dough down, working it. I always said I have some secret ingredient that goes in. Well, my secret ingredient is the love, the sweat, and all the good thoughts going into my bread. Now, this dough will be both fry bread and tortilla dough. Now, notice I still have my flour here. Now, if you wanted to, you can take a little bit and put it on your dough. I'm not going to do that because I'm still working my dough, trying to get the stickiness out of there. And on occasion, you can take your finger and scratch at the sides. Never spin your bowl, though. People get upset stomach when you spin your bowl. Get some of that dough off the bottom. Clean your bowl with your dough. Okay. Let's clean it up. You're going to wonder, how long do I mix this? Well, it's all a matter of practice because you want the stickiness to be out of there. And you want it to be a nice ball consistency. I've been working this for a while. And you keep working it. So don't feel like that stickiness is gone. See? I've still got a little bit of dough stuck to my fingers. Take this off. What's challenging is when you have the bigger amount of dough. Okay, so if you have bigger amounts of, again, you can double the ingredients. This will take care of 4 people. You can have maybe 2 fry breads, good size fry breads, good size tortillas. So, see that stickiness is not there anymore? Worked it pretty good. And work it just a little bit more. Get it into a nice. Just keep working it. You knew we were going to have a good meal when we hear the slapping of your dough in your bowl. good dough. It's still a little sticky, so we're going to work it just a little bit more. At this point, you can take just a little bit of flour, tap it around. You don't want to add too much flour because what's going to happen is it's going to get hard. You're going to have to add water. You don't want to do that. Nice. Okay, I have a little bit of shortening here. I like to use shortening. I'm going to take a little bit in my hands. Rub it on my hands. Okay. You take your dough. Some people use water. Water's okay. I like to use shortening because it softens up the dough for me. Gives it a nice cover. Okay. So as you can see, here's my dough. Okay. So put it back in. Flatten it down a little bit. I'm going to put some shortening on it. Okay. Now what you want to do is you want to cover it. So get yourself a lid. Either lid doesn't matter. So we're going to put the lid on it, cover it, let it sit. So you're going to let it sit for about 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes while you get your food ready. And then we'll come back.